Everyone, MidDays, SuperTalk, Mississippi. We are at Itawamba Community College today in Fulton, Mississippi. Beautiful campus up here. Joining us now, Donnie Bell from the Mississippi House of Representatives, represents District 21, serves as the chair of the House Workforce Development Committee. Representative Bell, good to see you, sir. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks for the invite.
You got it. So it's a big day here at Itawamba Community College. It's so cool to, when I walked in the building, seeing all the families of the graduates, and they're all excited. It's a big day for them. Beautiful facility, beautiful campus. It's pretty good up here, isn't it?
It's home, and it's God's country is what we refer to it as.
We've got Dr. Jay Allen coming on later on in the program. He does a fantastic job up here, doesn't he? He
is. He's well liked in the community and has really moved this college forward.
Yeah, good guy. So you guys, of course, you've been out of session. You sine die. It's been almost 3 months now. Hard to believe. Two months of change.
I didn't realize that.
You feel like it was a successful and productive session?
Yeah, as far as the stuff that I was working on, absolutely, it was a good year.
Well, tell us about that. What specifically were you involved with this year?
Well, mainly on the workforce end, we instituted a lot of stuff. Last year we did the career coaches, which is a big hit across the state.
Yeah.
And this year we increased the funding and expanded that program. We put $12 million in this year, as opposed to last year. The startup was only $8 million. And in North Mississippi, roughly, there's 70 career coaches.
Right.
That's really making an impact with the business and industry and the students at the K-12 level, along with the community colleges.
Right. And those have been very successful. I got to tell you, working with economic development back in my home county of Madison, no surprise to you, it's the number one issue we hear from the employers. We need a trained workforce ready to hit the streets running. We need them to fill these jobs that we have, and it's a big factor when they make their decisions, new economic projects. When they make the decision, it's one of the big things they look at. What we're seeing right now, it's workforce and energy and power availability. Yes. You seeing that, hearing that as well?
Yes. The workforce is, the driving factor, and I can quote you statistics where, Mississippi is 5th in the nation in the number of kids that go to college.
Yeah.
But within 6 years, we're 48th in the nation in the number of kids that actually obtain a degree. So we've in a way, we've really pushed the college route, and a lot of those kids are dropping out of college, and they feel like they're failures, and then we're having to retrain or teach them a skill set. So with the career coaches and some other things we're doing, we're trying to stop that before it happens, before they get that debt, before they drop out of college, at least inform them of other opportunities and other skill sets that are high-paying jobs in Mississippi.
No doubt about it. And they're available right now. We need people right now. The community colleges play a critical role in addressing that issue. Much of the education that is received and some of the crossover training, vocational training, the career coaches and so forth, that's all integral to preparing a workforce that's ready to staff some of these jobs that are available. Lots of jobs that are available.
Well, I just finished my 16th year in the legislature, and the community colleges as a whole across the whole state has really evolved and changed and stepped up to the plate, in my opinion, and understands the workforce and training those people, those skill sets, that is making a difference. And it's taken time, but they are the driving force behind workforce development in the state, is at the community college level.
No doubt. And we're blessed with 16 fantastic institutions across our state, and it's affordable as well.
Yes.
And it's really a great value. Something that I always call attention to anytime we're on this topic is the Communiversity, East Mississippi Community College in Starkville. What an awesome model that is, that I feel Representative Bell should be replicated across the state.
Yes, and like in North Mississippi, Itawamba Community College has the Belden Center.
Yes.
Which is just phenomenal on what the skill sets that they're producing in these young people. the issue that we're looking at now is more at the K-12 level.
Okay.
That's where we're going to focus at in the next few years, is how do we get K-12 involved more with the career tech education, because that's where it's got to start at the K-12 level, and we're looking at the curriculum, and how it aligns with the needs of employers by each area.
Yeah.
And Accelerate Mississippi has been very helpful, and I think they're on the right track. Dr. Ryan Miller, I think, is doing a tremendous job.
Yeah.
And we're just getting started. I mean, it's we're still in the infancy stage on a lot of things.
Yeah, I totally agree to get that started at the K through 12 level. Also, that Ryan does an excellent job at Accelerate. I think that's a valuable asset to the state of Mississippi for sure. Tell us what you expect in the upcoming session. You running for re-election?
Yes.
Yeah, I figured you were. I hadn't checked it, but
Yeah.
I figured you were.
Well, I'm blessed. I'm unopposed.
Oh,
So,
man, you are lucky.
that's a relief. But, yeah, I'm looking forward to the session. Pretty much it's pretty much set. Jason White is going to be the next speaker.
Yeah.
And working with him and his leadership team. And I actually had dinner with him last night, and workforce is going to be at the top of his agenda also. So
Sure.
we're trying to develop a plan and getting more information from InSpark and Accelerate on where, as far as legislation, we need to go in the next few years. So it's a good thing.
Yeah. It's some of these controversial bills that flowed through the legislature this year, we see that maybe 1020 perhaps was the most controversial, certainly got the most attention in the press for sure. So now we got lawsuits that, no surprise there, that have ensued as a result of those bills. But do you think overall that was a good idea, what we passed there to expand the Capitol Complex District?
I do, because Jackson needs help, and it's not just a money issue. It's some direction and some guidance, and I feel like it was the right thing to do, because Jackson is our capital city. It represents the whole state, and if you don't feel safe going to Jackson, what's it going to take to fix it? And it's not just something that you just need to throw money at, and then, because we've tried that. We spent a lot of money in Jackson, and it just hadn't been worked out successfully like we think it should. And I say now, let's give it a shot. Let's try to make it better.
And the new judicial district as well, which was established as part of the bill. A lot of pushback on that. I was there in the gallery the day that it got a little heated on the floor, as you recall. Representative Trey Lamar, of course, who authored the bill, was in the well, and I remember the mayor, and it just seems like his entourage filled up the North Gallery. But it got through, and I thought the members of the House handled that quite effectively and professionally. Yeah, we got to do something.
Well, I'm glad Chairman Lamar was at the podium and not me. That's all I can tell you.
Lots of fireworks for sure. During that debate, but I agree. I think it was the right thing to do. Something that didn't get done was the citizen-initiated ballot measure process. We're still without one in the state of Mississippi. Do you think that's going to come up again in the next session?
I think it will. And the House and Senate's just got to come to an agreement on a number of signatures to make it
comes
happen.
down to, doesn't it? Yeah.
And that's it at the end of the day. And once leadership agrees on a number, I think we'll move forward.
The question is, can we get to an agreeable number? We certainly haven't been able to the last two sessions. But that's coming up. Any thoughts about any of the races you want to talk about in particular coming up?
Now that I don't have a race, I'm just glad I can just speak for myself. But, there's a lot of good candidates out there running. It's a time for them to get their message out and their beliefs, and I wish everybody well.
Yeah. Well, it's starting to heat up here because we got primaries in August, of course, the general in November, and yesterday or earlier this week, 2 days ago, I guess, was the official deadline for filing financial reports. So we got a glimpse into who's raising money and who's not, and that will certainly be a critical part of a successful campaign going forward.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. I don't see a tremendous amount of change in the House,
Yeah.
or the Senate, really, for that matter. I think the numbers are pretty much what they are. You might see a couple of new faces, but
Yeah, I think you're right.
it's-
I think you're right. Representative Bell, always good to see you, sir. Thanks so much for coming on, and be sure and tell Jason White that everything's fine.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
We're coming right back here in the Element Well Studios at Itawamba Community College for spring graduation 2023.